Good morning, everyone. This is Tommy coming at you live from the Gator Chomp Talk studio, we'll call it. Um, we're going to talk a little bit this morning about the upcoming Florida transfers, uh, rumored in and definitely have entered the portal and leaving, sadly. Um, we've got who's entered the portal for sure. We know quarterback DJ Lagway entered the portal. DJ had 4,179 passing yards, 237 rushing yards, and 29 total touchdowns and 24 turnovers over 24 appearances and 19 starts. DJ had a bad time of it during his sophomore season. He didn't look right the whole season. DJ just was not right. Uh, I think he was still injured. I don't know. He might have been possibly getting over it by the end of the season, but that did not excuse his picks. He threw some horrible interceptions, just some pure mistakes. I don't know what was going on. I know he was definitely feeling the heat. Got happy feet, couldn't plant in the pocket and make a good throw. Um, Myself, I kind of hate to see him go, but at the same time, he needed to sit for a year. He needs to get his fundamentals straight. We've also got safety Jordan Castile leaving. Castile had 168 career tackles, 12 pass up breaks, 3 interceptions, and 1 sack during his time with the Gators. His best year was his freshman year, and it went downhill from there. In my opinion, it was time to see him go. Let's move some new blood in there and see what they can do. Running back KD Daniels. Over 2 seasons, Daniels had 197 yards on 39 carries and scored 2 touchdowns. He got jumped in the pecking order. Um, Ball was number one and gonna be number one as long as we can sign him, and Lord, I hope we do. Um, then we got wide receiver Aiden Mizell. Mizell had 6 receptions for 97 yards as a true freshman in 2023. I really don't have many stats for 2025. I don't know, he kind of got jumped in the order too with our freshman, our awesome freshman who came in, Dallas Baker and VB3. He wasn't going to see much playing time. Let's be honest. So it's not too bad to see him go. Tight end Amir Jackson entered the portal. He had 12 games in 2025. He had 3 catches for 29 yards and 1 touchdown. Not production there, not much production. So we really didn't lose much there either. Wide receiver Muiz Tankara. He had 8 appearances in 2025. He made 2 catches for 12 yards. Same deal, buried on the depth chart. Wasn't going to help him. Rumored transfers in. We got Aaron Philo, rumored to be coming in from Georgia Tech. He entered the portal. That's a definite. There's talk of him joining Florida. There's nothing specific. It's too soon. You can't even officially enter the portal. Most of these people are saying they're entering the portal. Nothing's official yet. They've all announced it. It hasn't happened. The rumored offer out there on the table is $3 million for Aaron Philo. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think it's a fair offer if it's true what I heard that it's going to be split up over 3 years. I heard that over at High Top Sports, which is a show I frequent. Um, I'm not an insider. I don't get an inside information here. I haunt all the shows and watch them all and get as much information as I am. I subscribe to 247, try to grab all the information off there I can, but I have no insider information. I'm not dialed in. That's not what this show's about. This show's just to talk and get together, a little place for me to spend my time and enjoy myself a little bit. I'm an electrician by trade. I worked 30 years in the field. I'm still working in the field. Now, these days, I supervise. I sit on my rear most of the time when I'm not out in the field running around looking at stuff. But um, I supervise now these days. I'm not much working with my hands too much these days. It's mostly my head these now. But I'm a lifelong Florida Gator fan. Let's talk a little bit about that. I was 4 years old when my grandpa introduced me to the Florida Gators. Um, wasn't on the TV much, but he was a Gator fan. He was born in Lake City, Florida. Grew up there. I spent some of my time there over the years, quite a bit during the summers. And early in my years, he moved there probably when I was 14 or so, or 12 or 14, between 12 and 14. And I ended up living with him him and my grandmother for from 14 to 18. So in Lake City, where I really got introduced to the Gators. I was a Gator fan, but I'm not going to say a true Gator fan until I was in junior high school. That's when there was a kid in school who was a Georgia Bulldog fan who was the most obnoxious, irritating person I ever met in my life. I'm sure we've all met a person or two out there like that. I couldn't stand him. Um, So guess what? His main opponent was the Florida Gators, and I became a true lifelong fan of the Florida Gators. From that point on, I followed them religiously. I've been around for the end of the Pell days. I was a fan through Galen Hall era. I was a fan when Gary Darnell took over, when Galen Hall was let go. I was a fan when Steve Spurrier first came to town. Used to could get tickets back then. Then it got to where I couldn't afford them. As a struggling electrician, I couldn't really afford to go out and buy tickets back then. I was an apprentice. So, but I love my Florida Gators. I try to stay up to date on them and see how things are going and watch the games whenever I can. I get to a game once in a while. I'll get up to Gainesville. I live down south more, central Florida. I've lived in Ocala over the years too. I traveled all over the country working as an electrician. I like to say, well, let me change that. I don't like to say, but I'll say I've worked in every state in this country except for the far northeast. The far northeast, because I've worked in Boston, I've worked in uh, Jersey, I worked in New York, Long Island. Um, I should probably start a show about that, about my travels all over the country and share a little bit of that with people. But my main interest is the Florida Gators. I'm a Steeler and a Gator. Uh, Pittsburgh Steeler pros, although I don't get to watch them these days. I work every Sunday. I got my Saturdays off and I watch my Gator football. It was nice to meet you all, and we'll have some more shows in the future. Hopefully, I'll have some guests join me sometime in the future once I can build this channel up. And we'll have some call ins in. I'm willing to add guests to the show. It's nice when you got somebody else to talk to and go back and forth with, whether you agree with them or not. Anyway, it's been a good time talking to y'all, and we'll see you out there.